he was not gay. Now, my thing is this. If you don't want people to know your business, then you just don't speak on it. Now, you're not going to make me look like a damn fool. I don't care who you are. I don't care how big of a star you are. You're not about to make me like...
My family, friends, supporters, and colleagues, I want to speak to you directly and from the heart. This is a shakedown. I'm going to be open, transparent, and defend myself because this isn't right. This is all being orchestrated.
Shannon Sharpe's former stylist just lit a match that might burn down the whole narrative. In a bombshell revelation that's got social media in a frenzy, Russell Hollywood Simpson is claiming that the NFL legend has been living a double life, keeping a carefully curated image while hiding a far more controversial reality. And this isn't some internet joke. Simpson's accusations come with wild allegations and receipts to match. From screenshots to cryptic captions, he's unloading a digital trail that suggests there's more to Shannon's story than meets the eye. If you thought the recent sexual assault lawsuit was the height of his controversy, Simpson's expose is here to say otherwise. He's calling it a full-blown Hollywood humiliation ritual, and he's putting Shannon front and center.
Once, but he kept repeating it. Knowing me? And I get it. My stylist, Hollywood, he was gay. Okay, that's his life. That's not mine. Hollywood no longer styles me. Why? Because I'm loyal to Shelly. She was hurt that after 20 plus years of being my stylist, that I had gone outside to hire someone else. And someone else was getting the credit when she was there at CBS. She was there when I started at Fox. She was there when I was going out and doing red carpet events. And I never had a problem. And for me, in my head, I thought I needed someone outside.
Right.
I didn't buy one thing new when Hollywood started styling me. Everything, all those LB jackets, all that stuff that I already had it. And a lot of the stuff she had already put together, but I took it apart. So when he put it back together, it was just what she had put together. And I told him, I said, Hollywood, I said, bro, I think you did an unbelievable job. I said, but I'm gonna go back to Shelly because it's hurting her because she had been through anybody that knows me know I'm low.
Now here's where it really unravels. According to Russell Hollywood Simpson, Shannon Sharpe didn't just part ways with him. He allegedly tried to muzzle him before any of these behind-the-scenes claims could bubble to the surface. That move raised eyebrows fast. People started asking, what is Shannon trying so hard to hide? And let's be real. Fans have been speculating for years that there was more than just a working relationship between Shannon and his stylist. The moment Russell came on the scene, their tight bond had the internet buzzing. Whether they were stepping out at events together or appearing side by side like a fashion-forward duo, it wasn't your typical celebrity stylist vibe. And the chatter only grew louder when folks remembered Russell's past romantic ties to former NFL player Kerry Rhodes. So when he and Shannon started popping up everywhere together, the rumor mill went into overdrive. Shannon never liked the spotlight aimed that way, and whispers about him possibly living a double life have never quite died down. Some even took shots at his appearance, comparing him to Miss Nita, shade that wasn't subtle. Then comedian Mike Epps threw gasoline on the fire, suggesting he passed on doing Club Shay Shay because of what he'd heard about Shannon. Behind closed doors, the insinuation? Something deeper was going on. So, Shannon cut ties. But instead of keeping it classy, he allegedly tried to downplay Russell's entire role, acting like he wasn't really responsible for Shannon's image. Then came the pivot. Enter Shelley Davis, Shannon's former stylist, suddenly back in DISBELIEF, the picture and being hyped up as the real creative force behind his style. The message was clear: out with the old, in with the optics. A strategic move, hoping that replacing Russell with a woman might silence the noise. But the attempt to bury the story only made it louder. Russell didn't explode all at once. He played it slow and strategic. One post here, a screenshot there, a breadcrumb trail showing that yes, he was the one behind Shannon's head-to-toe looks. Instead of staying quiet, Russell leaned into the chaos, and now the whole narrative is cracking wide open.
Yeah, I'm embarrassed. Someone that is extremely, extremely private, and to have one of your most intimate details, the audio heard for the entire world to hear. I'm embarrassed for a number of reasons. People count on Shannon, Shay Shay Media Club, Shay Shay Nightcap, ESPN. There are a lot of people that count on Shannon to be professional at all times, and I always try to be professional at all times. Even when I'm behind closed doors, I still try to remain a level of professional, although I'm in the privacy of my own home. And I'm very disappointed in myself, not for the act. I think there are millions and billions of people of consenting age that engage in activities, but to have your most intimate detail on the audio to be heard, I'm disappointed in myself. I let a lot of people down. My kids, I reached out to them. I called my sister. My friends, obviously my friends reached out. But guys, this was not staged. Came in, I threw my phone on the bed, engaged in an activity. I did not know IG Live. I've never been on IG Live. I've never turned IG Live on. So I don't know how it works. And so all of a sudden my other phone is going off and people are calling me FaceTime that I've never talked to a day in my life on FaceTime. And it didn't, I'm like, why are y'all calling me FaceTime? And after a while, Jamie Fritz, who's been my longtime marketing guy, he finally got through to me and he says, Shannon, you on IG Live? I'm like, doing what? You know, I'm like, what am I on IG Live for? I ain't getting no IG Live button. He says, they can hear. I'm like, so now, Ocho, you know, I say ask for patience. He said they can hear. And now I'm starting to get agitated with you.
Then came that Instagram clip, cryptic caption and all. And it hit like a sucker punch. It wasn't just shade, it was a statement. Let's not forget, Shannon used to hype Russell up constantly, both behind the scenes and in public. He credited him for the sharp fits and camera-ready looks that had fans raving. But once the gossip caught fire, it was like Shannon hit a race, trying to scrub Russell from the narrative to keep his straight-laced public persona intact. And just when the drama seemed to hit a plateau, Shannon flipped the whole script. Out of nowhere, in September 2024, he pulled a move so outlandish it had jaws dropping. Nobody saw it coming, and whatever people thought they knew about the situation got thrown straight out the window. Shannon accidentally let the world in, on a very private moment when an intimate audio clip suddenly streamed on his Instagram Live. And when we say intimate, we're talking grown folks only, no ambiguity, Michelle levels of steamy. It wasn't a vague flirt or playful banter. This was raw, unmistakable, and real. Thing is, no faces appeared on screen, just the sounds. Then poof, the live stream vanished like it never happened. But by then, the internet had already done what it does best. Screen recordings, memes, shady tweets, and questions started flying. It was chaos in the comments. Shannon didn't sit back. Instead, he went full crisis mode, hopping on Instagram with a post claiming he'd been hacked. "Beware," he wrote. "My Instagram was hacked this morning. My team and I are working vigorously to figure this out." But for many watching, it felt more like cleanup than a convincing cover.
Hospitalization was due to Diddy. There are stories of him getting beat up and getting put, but I know he was on a movie set, but something from an altercation or something from drug related that was given to him.
Diddy will pull up and get wild with you by himself. Like he's not soft. So that's the whole thing with him. Like, you know.
He'll pull up and take something like it.
Bro, he'll pull up and, bro, he slapped Drake.
He did, and everyone looked over that.
Let's be real. No one was buying that "I got hacked" excuse. Fans saw right through it. The damage control post disappeared almost as quickly as it showed up, like even Shannon knew it wasn't holding water. Later, he tried to set the record straight on his Nightcap podcast, finally addressing the Instagram Live fiasco. But by then, the internet had already flipped the story inside out. Shannon claimed it was a total accident, said he tossed his phone on the bed, unaware it had gone live, right before things got, well, way too private for the gram. He insisted it wasn't a PR stunt, just an unfortunate slip-up with terrible timing. But the explanation didn't land, not even close. Viewers started pointing out just how many steps it actually takes to go live on Instagram. It's not a one-click blunder. It felt like damage control that only stirred more suspicion. Online sleuths started digging. Some accused Shannon of trying to shift the narrative, using the mystery woman in the background as a "look, I'm straight" moment to quiet years of speculation about his private life. Others speculated that the clip wasn't an accident at all. Maybe it was a strategic prelude, a distraction before something bigger dropped, and that, "Oh, Michelle," people couldn't stop clowning the delivery. It felt scripted, exaggerated, almost like a bad improv scene. The internet didn't miss a beat. Fans picked apart his voice, the timing, even the way he scrambled to explain it all afterward. And when Shannon brought up his assistant Jordan as the one who ended the stream, that only deepened the skepticism. Like, wait, so Jordan can shut it down but not prevent it? Is he the assistant or your digital bodyguard? The story just kept unraveling. And that's when Russell slid back in, calm, quiet, calculated. He didn't need to shout. His return alone sent a message. Shannon wasn't walking away from this untouched. Not this time.
I found out I was Diddy's neighbor on the third day. I swear to you, I didn't even know Diddy was right there. I literally, my barber came in, he's like, "You know you're right next to Diddy, right?" Or like, it had somebody dropped it in my Reddit of the view of the helicopter, and then right over it, it was Diddy's house. Like, he got a slide in the backyard and all type of shit.
Wow.
It was crazy, yeah. It was just the most random.
So it might have been some parties at your house.
Oh my God. You ever was at a Diddy party?
No,
Never?
I ain't never been invited. I ain't that big. Did you know? I mean, maybe if I was in the position that I'm in now, but back then, no. I don't get invited to no parties, bro. Plus, I'm a homebody.
Do you like partying or no? Nah. I
just like to be to myself, man.
I feel that.
You know.
I feel that.
They see me, I'm in the airport, or I'm going point A to point. Normally, mainly when people see me, I'm in the airport, I'm at the gym.
Yeah.
That's the extent.
Or you getting freaky.
Huh? There you go. Hey, Kai,
give me some more.
It's too soon, Kai. Kai, I need a year. September 11, 2025.
Hey, you a freak ass. Hey, this nigga, hey, Shannon, no, I'm on you now, bro. Damn, you was going crazy, bro.
Oh, come on.
No, bro, I ain't gonna lie, you know how scary that is?
If you're confused, just rewind and revisit Cat Williams, because he warned us years ago. Let's pause and unpack what just went down. When people online started labeling Shannon's alleged girlfriend a 304, that's code for something. Way more grown than it sounds. It wasn't just slang, it was shade. And when Cat Williams' name got thrown into the mix, that's when the red flags really started flying. He's been dragging Hollywood skeletons out of the closet for years, so his name popping up here? Yeah, people knew it wasn't random. Then boom, the tweet disappeared faster than it blew up. You can call it cancel culture, censorship, or whatever. Fits. But the truth? The internet never forgets. Screenshots flew before the tweet could breathe, and it spread like digital wildfire. The timing? Too on the nose. Shannon had just announced he was stepping away from ESPN until the NFL preseason, and now fans were side-eyeing the break hard. Was this a planned vacation, or a fire escape from mounting heat? And let's not pretend this is the first time. A celebrity bodyguard aired out what really happens at those hush-hush Hollywood parties. These guards don't just stand on the sidelines, they see everything. So when one speaks, you listen. Then things escalated. Another former bodyguard, Big. Homie CC, who used to roll with Jamie Foxx, spoke up, and his stories? Wild. He painted those parties as flat-out madness, complete with grown men parading around stark naked at Diddy's infamous after-hours gatherings. So when Shannon's ex-bodyguard, Saka Zumba, stepped forward with serious accusations, it wasn't just messy. It felt like the next chapter in a familiar script. Saka's claims hit hard. He alleged Shannon got involved with a 17-year-old girl he met at one of Diddy's parties. Let that sit. This is the same Shannon Sharpe who once told Kai, Danat in an old interview, that he wasn't even famous enough to get invited to those parties. Said it with his chest. But now his own former bodyguard is saying he was right there in the mix? That's a contradiction fans didn't miss. People online started connecting dots, fact-checking timelines, and calling out the inconsistency. And just when you thought the drama had peaked, a new theory started bubbling up, one that had fans spiraling. What if this entire mess was part of a so-called Hollywood humiliation ritual? If you're not familiar, the theory goes like this. Celebrities are forced through public embarrassment or controversy before they level up to bigger fame and fatter checks. And for Shannon, the timing's just too convenient. Word on the street is that Shannon's about to ink a $100 million deal for his Club Shay Shay podcast, more money than he earned in his whole NFL career. Let that sink in. And right when that news hits, a massive $50 million lawsuit drops. A woman steps forward accusing Shannon of emotional manipulation, coercion, and serious misconduct. She claims the relationship started after they met at a gym in LA. According to her, it unraveled into something dark. She says he violated her boundaries in late 2024 and again in January 2025. She describes terrifying moments, crying, begging him to stop, only to be ignored. Even more alarming, she alleges he threatened her when she tried to share her location for safety. But it doesn't stop there. She says Shannon recorded intimate moments, sometimes without her consent, and even shared them with friends. That's a next-level betrayal if true. Shannon clapped back hard. He publicly denied everything, calling the lawsuit a calculated money grab. His team claimed the woman was weaponizing a consensual encounter, presenting a secretly recorded, heavily edited video as if it were something else entirely. They said the footage was taken out of context, from a relationship that included explicit role play and fantasies initiated by the woman herself. Shannon's legal team is going full throttle. They say he's not backing down, that this is nothing. But a hit job meant to destroy his name right as he's leveling up. They're painting him as a target and plan to take the case to court, armed with receipts and legal firepower. So now the internet's asking, is this all just a PR nightmare? A carefully crafted humiliation ritual? Or is it a real scandal that exploded at the worst possible time? Let us know what you think. Was this calculated, coincidence, or chaos by design? Drop your thoughts in the comments, like, subscribe and hit that next video, because this story is far from over.
He was not gay. Now, my thing is this. If you don't want people to know your business, then you just don't speak on it. Now, you're not going to make me look like a damn fool. I don't care who you are. I don't care how big of a star you are. You're not about to make me like...
My family, friends, supporters, and colleagues, I want to speak to you directly and from the heart. This is a shakedown. I'm going to be open, transparent, and defend myself because this isn't right. This is all being orchestrated.
Russell didn't come out swinging right away, but when he did, it was with precision. At first, he stirred the pot with a few cryptic Instagram stories, the kind that say just enough to keep everyone watching. One post hit different. I love my privacy. You might catch a glimpse, but never the full picture. The hardest thing I ever had to do was stay silent. But that silence didn't last. Eventually, Russell dropped the subtle shade and addressed Shannon head-on. No more guessing games. He took direct shots, especially at the so-called accidental Instagram Live incident. In one fiery post, he wrote, "Accidentally going live? You've got to open the app, swipe right, swipe left twice, then hit the button. That doesn't just happen." The energy was clear. He was holding back, but barely. Every cryptic caption felt like a breadcrumb leading to a bigger truth. He teased fans with captions like, "So much I want to say, but nah," and "I'll wait for the right time." But one line really had social media buzzing. "I know how Shannon operates, and I wouldn't put this past him." Given Russell's past, he was the same stylist who once publicly confronted ex-NFL player Kerry Rhodes over similar allegations. People knew not to brush off these warnings. Then came the behind-the-scenes whispers. Was Russell staying quiet by choice, or was something or someone forcing his hand? Some fans speculated that Shannon was still pulling strings even after their fallout, monitoring Russell's every move just in case he spilled too much. Things got even more suspect when rumors surfaced that Bravo had plans to cast Russell, aka Hollywood, on a reality series. Suddenly, that offer vanished. According to Media Takeout, Russell's camp told Tasha K that Shannon had allegedly been working behind closed doors to block the opportunity. determined to keep Russell out of the spotlight. But Russell wasn't backing down. As Shannon's legal controversies mounted, Russell fired off another post that had people's jaws on the floor. Notice how nothing ever leaked when I was around? That's because I kept everything in order. The implication? Russell wasn't just Shannon's stylist. He was his behind-the-scenes fixer, Olivia Pope style. And that revelation had fans asking, what else was he covering up? Then the drama exploded even further. Enter Sokka Zumba, Shannon's former bodyguard, who tossed more fuel on the fire. Sokka claimed Shannon was a frequent guest at Diddy's infamous parties, the kind that have sparked rumors and speculation for years. But it didn't stop there. Sokka alleged Shannon met his current partner at one of those wild gatherings. The twist? No one knows whether that person is Jane Doe, the woman currently suing Shannon for $50 million, or someone new who entered the picture after that scandal. Sokka didn't just talk. He claimed he had video evidence placing Shannon at those controversial events and added even more shocking claims, suggesting Shannon might be bisexual and engaged in questionable behavior at those parties. The most explosive allegation? That Shannon was allegedly involved with an underage girl he met at one of those events. A tweet fanned the flames, going viral with claims that Shannon met his 304, slang for a sex worker, at a Diddy party when she was only 17. Needless to say, the internet erupted. What started as cryptic posts and quiet tension has now ballooned into a full-blown media storm, one that seems far from over.